Okay, we'll do question number 2. It is sine A plus cos A whole square plus sine A minus cos A whole square. We have written LHS. As we can see, it is A plus B whole square and A minus B whole square. So we have to use expansion formulae, A plus B whole square and A minus B whole square. The expansion of A plus B whole square is A square plus B square plus 2AB. And formula for A minus B whole square is A square plus B square minus 2AB. So we'll use that. A is sine A here, B is cos A here. So A square sine square A plus cos square A plus 2 into sine A into cos A. A plus B whole square. And plus sign was written here, so we have copied plus sign. A minus B whole square, A square sin square A plus B square cos square A minus 2AB. So minus 2 sin A into cos A. Plus 2 sin A into cos A and minus 2 sin A into cos A will be cancelled. We'll have sin square A plus sin square A, 2 sin square A. Likewise, we'll have cos square A plus cos square A, 2 cos square A. We have taken 2 common. Sin square A plus cos square A. As we can see, angles are same. A and A, sin square A plus cos square A. So we can write them as, we can use the identity sin square theta plus cos square theta equal to 1. So sin square A plus cos square A will be replaced by 1. And we'll have 2 into 1, that means 2, which is RHS. Remember that if we'll have sin square A plus cos square B, it will not be equal to 1 because angles are different. If angles will be same, then only sin square theta plus cos square theta will be equal to 1. Otherwise, we cannot use the identity. Moving on to the next question, next part, it is 1 upon 1 plus tan square A plus 1 upon 1 plus cot square A. And we have to prove that it is equal to 1. So we have written the LHS. LHS is 1 upon 1 plus tan square A plus 1 upon 1 plus cot square A. As we know that 1 plus tan square A is equal to sec square A and 1 plus cot square A is equal to cosec square A. Remember, angles are same. 1 upon sec A, it is sec A is a reciprocal of cos A. Okay. Sec A can be written as 1 upon cos A. So if it is written as 1 upon cos square A, then cos square A will go up. Or we can say they are the reciprocals of each other. Reciprocal of cos A is sec A and reciprocal of sec A is cos A. So 1 upon sec will be equal to cos and 1 upon cos will be equal to sec. Likewise, 1 upon cosec will be equal to sine and 1 upon sine will be equal to cosec. Are you getting it? I have spoken them without the angle, but without the angle they do not have any meaning. So it should have been said in this manner. 1 upon sec A will be equal to cos A. 1 upon cos A will be equal to sec A. 1 upon cosec A will be equal to sin A. And 1 upon sin A will be equal to cosec A. Are you getting it? With the angle only they have the meaning. If you write only cos cos, then it does not have any meaning. So 1 upon sec square A is equal to cos square A and 1 upon cosec square A is equal to sin square A. Again, we'll use the first identity, that means sin square A plus cos square A is equal to 1, which is RHS. Moving on to the next question, it is simplify. Under root 1 minus sin square theta divided by 1 minus cos square theta. Here we have the application of first identity. If you remember, sin square theta plus cos square theta is equal to 1. If we transfer sin square theta other side, then we will have cos square theta is equal to 1 minus sin square theta. So 1 minus sin square theta can be replaced by cos square theta. Likewise, 1 minus cos square theta will be replaced by sin square theta. As we have under root sign and within the under root sign we have these squares. So under root sign will disappear and we will have cos theta divided by sin theta. Similar as under root x square upon y square will be equal to x upon y. Clear? So squares have been removed and under root sign is also disappeared. So we have cos theta upon sin theta. And cos theta upon sin theta will be equal to cot theta by the quotient relation. Moving on to the next question. It is question number 4. It says that if x is equal to a cos theta plus b sin theta and y is equal to a sin theta minus b cos theta, then we have to prove that x square plus y square is equal to a square plus b square. So as we do in all the proving questions, we'll start with LHS, x square plus y square. As we know that x is this thing, a cos theta plus b sin theta. So x square means a cos theta plus b sin theta whole square. And y square means a sin theta minus b cos theta whole square. Again, it is a plus b whole square and a minus b whole square. Here a is a cos theta and b is b sin theta. So a square plus b square plus 2ab. When we will write a square, then a square plus cos square theta. A will also be squared, cos will also be squared, because a cos theta, both the things, a cos theta is the complete a. So a square cos square theta plus b square, that means b square sin square theta plus 2 into a. A is a cos theta into b is b sin theta. So collectively 2ab sin theta into cos theta. Likewise, a minus b whole square. So a square sin square theta plus b square cos square theta minus 2 into a sin theta into b cos theta. So we have written 2ab sin theta into cos theta. As you can see, 2ab sin theta into cos theta, it is with plus sign. And minus 2ab sin theta cos theta plus 2ab sin theta cos theta minus 2ab cos theta sin theta will be cancelled. And we will be left with a square, b square, a square and b square. So what we have done, we have written a square terms together and b square terms together. So if we write them together, a square cos square theta plus a square sin square theta. So a square is taken common, cos square theta plus sin square theta. Likewise, we have everywhere plus sign. So plus b square is taken common, sin square theta plus cos square theta. Whether we write sin square theta plus cos square theta or we write cos square theta plus sin square theta, because in addition sequence doesn't matter, so it will be equal to 1. So a square into 1 plus b square into 1, that means a square plus b square. This is RHS. Fine. Moving on to the next question. Next question is actually application of trigonometrical ratios. They have said, please read the question very carefully. Try to understand. It's a combination of geometry and trigonometry. ABCD is a rhombus whose diagonal AC makes an angle beta with AB. If cos beta is equal to 2 upon 3 and OB is equal to 3 centimeter, then find the perimeter and area of rhombus. You know what are the properties of rhombus? Diagonals of rhombus bisect each other at 90 degree. ABCD is a rhombus in which AC makes an angle beta with line segment AB and OB is 3 centimeter. This much is given. As we know that diagonals of rhombus bisect each other at 90 degree, then OB will be equal to OD. If OB is 3 centimeter, then OD will also be 3 centimeter. Triangle AOB will be a right angle triangle at point O because they bisect each other at 90 degree. OA will be equal to OC. It is given that cos beta. So to apply trigonometrical ratios, cos beta, we need a right angle triangle. So which triangle are we going to take in which angle beta is also given and it is a right angle triangle? You need to identify the triangle. So it is triangle OAB. In a right angle triangle OAB, we have 90-degree angle and we have angle beta also. So according to angle beta, opposite to angle beta, OB will work as perpendicular and OA will work as base. So cos beta is, by the definition, cos beta is equal to base upon hypotenuse. Base is OA upon hypotenuse is AB. So OA is equal to 2x and AB is equal to 3x. Perpendicular was given, OB is equal to 3 centimeter. We can apply Pythagoras theorem in this. Hypotenuse square is equal to perpendicular square plus base square. We have substituted the values. Hypotenuse is 3x, perpendicular is 3 centimeter and base is 2x. So it becomes 9x square is equal to 9 plus 4x square. When we will transfer 4x square, we will have 5x square is equal to 9. 5 will be transferred at the side, becomes 9 upon 5 and x will be equal to under root 9 upon 5. 3 will, under root 9 will become 3 and 5 will remain in under root sign. We can leave it, for now we can leave it like that. Value of x is x upon root 5 centimeter. So side of rhombus, the side of rhombus is actually AB. AB is the side of rhombus and AB is equal to what? 3x. So we can substitute value of x here. X is what? 3 upon 5. This is multiply sign. 3 into 3 upon 5 under root 5. So numerator it is 3 upon 1. So 3 3s are 9 and 1 into root 5 is root 5. Side of rhombus is 9 upon under root 5 centimeter. Perimeter of rhombus, sum of all sides, or we can write 4 into side. So it is 4 into 9 upon root 5. So 9 4s are 36, 36 upon root 5. We have to rationalize the denominator. So we will multiply by root 5. Root 5, 36 into root 5 divided by root 5 into root 5. So root 5 into root 5 becomes 5. 36 root 5 divided by 5 centimeter. Now diagonals of rhombus. One diagonal is BD. OB was 3 centimeter. So 3 plus 3, that means 6 centimeter. OA, the other diagonal is actually AC, which is OA plus OC. OA and OC will be equal. OA is 2x. So we will calculate value of OA first of all. So 2 into x, 2 into 3 upon root 5, that means 6 upon root 5. We can, for now, we can leave it like that. OA and OC will be equal 6 upon root 5, 6 upon root 5. And AC will be equal to sum of them. That means, or we can twice it, we can double it. 2 into 6 upon root 5, that means 12 upon root 5 centimeter. Area, why we need to calculate the diagonals? Because area of rhombus is equal to 1 upon 2 into product of diagonals. So first diagonal is 6 centimeter and the other diagonal is 12 upon root 5. When we will solve them, we'll get 36 upon root 5. We'll rationalize the denominator. We'll multiply it by root 5 into root 5, numerator and denominator will be multiplied. So 36 into root 5 divided by root 5 into root 5, that means 5. 36 root 5 upon 5 centimeter square.